Hi everyone, the last topic that we're going to have is all about understanding copyright and other related rights. Alright, so let's take a look at what is this all about. A copyright is the legal protection extended to the owner of the rights in an original work. Original work refers to every production in the literary, scientific, and artistic domains. Okay, so we also define the copyright word before during our introduction of a topic and when we discuss about patent. Right? So original work again refers to every production in the literary, scientific, and artistic domains. The Intellectual Property Office, or IPOPHL or IPOPHL, is the leading agency responsible for handling the registration and conflict resolution of the intellectual property rights and to enforce the copyright laws. The IPOPHL was created by virtue of Republic Act number 8293 or the Intellectual Property Code of the Philippines, which took effect on January 1, 1998 under the presidency of Fidel V. Ramos. So that's how it was created or started. In the Intellectual Property or IP Code of the Philippines, literary and artistic works include books, writings, musical works, films, paintings, and other works, including computer programs. Works are created in the sole fact of their very creation, regardless of their mode or form of expression, as well as their content, the quality of said content, and purpose. Okay, so that's the concept. Copyright laws grant authors, artists, and other creators protection for their literary and artistic creations, generally referred to as works. A closely associated field is related rights or rights related to copyright that encompass rights similar or identical to those of copyright, although sometimes more limited and of shorter duration. The beneficiaries of related rights are performers such as actors and musicians in their performances, producers of phonograms, for example, compact discs, in their sound recordings, and broadcasting organizations in their radio television programs. Works covered by copyright include, but are not limited to, novels, poems, plays, reference works, newspapers, advertisements, computer programs, databases, films, musical compositions, choreography, paintings, drawings, photographs, sculpture, architecture, maps, and technical drawings. So those are the coverage under copyright law. Under the 1976 Copyright Act, notice the copyright consists of three elements. Number one, we have the symbol of C, or the abbreviation of COPR dot, or the copyright, the word copyright, the date of its publication, and the name of the owner of the copyright. Right? So those are the three elements that you have to keep in mind. What rights do copyright and related rights provide? The creators of works protected by copyright and their heirs and successors, generally referred to as right holders, have certain basic rights under copyright law. They hold exclusive right to use or authorize others to use the work on agreed terms. The right holder or holders of work can authorize or prohibit reproduction in all forms, including print form and sound recording. Then, public performance and communication to the public, broadcasting, then translation into other languages without asking permission, adaptation of such from novel to screenplay, right? So you're stealing property or creativity of works of the others. So similar rights, among others, fixation like recording and reproduction are granted under related rights. Many types of works protected under laws of copyright and related rights require mass distribution, communication, and financial investment for their successful dissemination, for example, publications, sound recordings, and films. Hence, creators often transfer these rights to companies better able to develop and market the works in return for compensation in the form of payments and or royalties, compensation based on percentage of revenues generated by the work. For example, you have the book, you publish a book in a certain publication like uh, National Bookstore, Goodwill Bookstore, Rex Bookstore, and the like. So you will receive an income, a percentage of that one as your royalty, right, from your creative works. So what are the benefits of protecting right and related rights? Copyright and related rights protection is an essential component in fostering human creativity and innovation, giving authors, artists, and creators incentives in the form of recognition and fair economic reward, increases their creative activity and output, and can also enhance the results. It will be more productive. By ensuring the existence and enforceability of rights, individuals and companies can more easily invest in the creation, development, and global dissemination of their works. This in return helps to increase access to enhance enjoyment of culture, knowledge, and entertainment of the world over, and also stimulates economic and social development. So, how have copyright and related rights kept up with advances in technology? The field of copyright and related rights has expanded enormously, very enormous, during the last several decades, from the spectacular progress of technological development that has in return yielded new ways of disseminating creations by such forms of communication as satellite broadcasting, compact disc, and DVDs. That was before, right? So over the years, widespread dissemination of works via internet raises difficult questions concerning copyright and related rights in this global medium. WIPO is fully involved in the ongoing international database or debate rather to shape new standards for copyright protection in cyberspace. In that regard, the organization administers the WIPO Copyright Treaty and the Performances and Phonograms Treaty, also known as Internet Treaties. These treaties clarify international norms aimed at preventing unauthorized access to use of creative works on the internet. Okay, so that's the advantage and disadvantages of it. The advantage is you can copy, but make it sure that you will not be caught because the disadvantage of that is you will face the consequences of that action or the things that you do. So make it original. How are copyright and related rights regulated? Copyright and related rights protection is obtained automatically without the need of registration or other formalities. However, many countries provide for the national system of optional registration and deposit of works, especially in the USA. These systems facilitate, for example, questions involving disputes over ownership of creation, financial transactions, sales, assignments, and transfer of rights. Many authors, class, and performers do not have the ability to pursue the legal and or means, sorry, to pursue the legal and administrative enforcement of their copyright and related rights, especially given the increasingly global use of literary, music, and performance rights. That's a sad thing. As a result, the establishment and enhancement of collective management organizations or societies, CMOS, is a growing and necessary trend in many countries. These societies can provide their members with efficient administrative support and legal expertise in, for example, collecting, managing, and disbursing royalties gained from the national and international use of work or performance. Certain rights of producers, sound recordings, and broadcasting organizations are sometimes managed collectively as well. So let's always remember copyright is the rights that creators have over their literary and artistic works. Copyright protection extends only to expressions and not to ideas, procedures, and methods of operation or mathematical concepts as such. Examples of copyright protected work in the artistic, literary, and scientific fields include literary, dramatic, musical, artistic, and photographic works, scientific articles, and computer programs and databases. So there are here things that we need to know. Copyright economic rights relate to the economic exploitation of the work, are freely transferable or licensable. Then copyright moral rights relate to a moral interest of the author, are always retained by the author. Then exemptions and limitations to copyright. Section 184 IP Code Statutory Fair Use. So I think that would be all. And then the activities are actually found in your module. So try to go over that one. If you have questions, feel free to message me or message directly below my announcement in our FB page. So I think that will be all. Thank you very much for your participation.